Selaki Morfa. Choosing that as a YouTube name really is only to rub into people's nose that you have a fancy academic degree, isn't it? But Selaki Morfa is the new name of the YouTube channel for the artist formerly known as Frank Strömberg. And you know what he did? He roasted me in a video just very recently. So I thought I would retort, and it's actually not that difficult to find bad things to say about Frank. I thought he'd given up on YouTube actually, because no one was watching his videos. So he did live Facebook shaves for a while because it's less obvious that no one is watching when you do that. But then he came back with this, and it was okay. But his videos used to be more fun when he was shaking. Remember? But ever since the heart surgery, that fun is gone as well. He made fun of my Parkinson's disease. Can you believe that? Really classy move, Frank. It's actually a very, very nasty disease. Nothing to joke about at all. He also made fun of my attempts to grow facial hair. I think he called me a lesbian on the way to prom, trying to act manly, etc. And that's funny. And speaking of facial hair, Frank, the 70s he wants its mustache back. Actually, Frank is so old that I think his mustache was grey already in the 70s. That's pretty old. But speaking of manliness, Frank, why do you shave with chevettes? Are you too afraid to shave with a straight razor like a proper man? I don't know. It's got to be something. I'm only joking, of course. Frank is a lovely man. He's fun to watch. He's fun to talk with. He's extremely generous, and he's a top bloke all the way through. So, thanks, Frank. Appreciate it. So Frank is great. Matti Lindholm, on the other hand, not so much. I don't know if you know who it is. I guess quite a few of you do. If you don't, he's a YouTuber who shaves, always drunk, always listening to atrocious heavy metal music. He's Finnish, and I think he misses his Finnish roots because he seems to spend all his time in the sauna, drinking beer out of a skull or something like that. He shaves with a CV Helgestrand straight razor. And when he doesn't use that, he uses a CV Helgestrand straight razor. It would be incorrect to refer to Matti as handsome. I've heard he used to be fairly good looking, but then I guess the straight razor shaving took care of that. He's trying to divert the viewer's attention from his face by a number of huge tattoos all over his body. But that only comes across as, why is a middle-aged man trying to look like a young rocker? Doesn't quite work. He eats popcorn while he shaves. And I think the only reason that he has a YouTube channel is to sell brushes, the brushes he makes himself. And I have one, because he gave one to me for free. Only kidding, of course. Only playing. Matti is a crazy guy with a huge heart. He's loved all over the world, and he's one of the guys that when he releases a video, I watch it straight away. So you've been roasted, Matti. Up to you to torture someone else, some other poor sod, or not. Entirely up to you. But we're going to use your brush today. The synthetic knots on the beautiful handle that he made. New soap today that I purchased off, this is Jufros by Jabonman. Jabon? It's ham, no, isn't it? Ham Man, Zanzibar. First attempt. Got this from Oscar Protiva, who if you're looking for someone really cool doing head shaves with a straight razor, he's your man. I've done a few. Ridiculous to watch those. He's the man. He had a new one out just the other day after a long while of silence. Okay, focus on what I'm doing. This is lovely. So first time lathering this one. Not quite sure how to do it. Seems to lather pretty easily. At least we got soap everywhere. Cool smell. I didn't study the scent notes, so I don't know what it's supposed to smell like. It's quite nice. A little bit of a chemical touch, which I'm sure is not intended. Have a think about it. So Oscar has a beard, so he doesn't shave his face, but he does shave his head, and it's pretty grim. He's got some crazy razors. Channel is OP Shaves. I'll make sure I forget to put that in the description, as I always do. He had a 12/8 straight razor the other day. He's compensating for something. Just kidding. I haven't seen his, so I wouldn't know. Short day at the office today. My boss told me to have a good day, so I went home. Wow. This appears a cracking lather. I shave every day, pretty much always with a straight razor. Philharmonica 13, stainless steel. Very hollow, masterpiece razor. Ah, so it's almost a Spanish shave. Spanish soap. I think it's Spanish. Jabonman must be. And Spanish razor. So I shave every day, and people ask me how I avoid getting skin irritation. Yeah, people literally stop me in the street and say, "Aren't you that guy who shaves every day with a straight razor?" I said, "I am him." And they say, "How do you do it? Tell us your secret." And there are a few. I was watching Mike Baker. Mike Baker is a cool guy. He's been shaving with wet shaving since the 70s. He's like as old as Frank. Very knowledgeable. I haven't watched him for long, but he seems to know what he's talking about. He did a non-shaving video on how to shave daily with a DE. It's the same thing. Pimple there. Without getting skin irritation. And he pointed to two things which are very, very true, and very true for everybody and for me too. One is to basically moisturize the lather as much as you just possibly can. Torture it. Re-moisturize, put more water in until you break it. Well, stop just before. Because that gives you good glide, and good glide no matter if you have a straight razor or a DE or one of those torture chevettes Frank uses. You need glide. If you don't have glide, of course you're going to get irritation, right? So loads of water. And the other thing is, get the angle right, as shallow as possible, and don't push. Obvious stuff, but worthwhile thinking about every once in a while. Sometimes when I'm under a bit of pressure or stress or something, I push harder. Just a few percent, but it can ruin it. A third thing I do, which helps me quite a lot, especially in the winter, is a bit of pre-shave. Shaving oil in my case, my almond oil mixed with tea tree water. Sorry about the blood here. Really is not a razor injury at all. Pre-shave can help with the glide a bit, but in particular it moisturizes the skin. If you put it on 15-20 minutes before, it moisturizes the skin and leaves less irritation. Summer is less important, but in the winter it's a key thing. Yeah, good soap for sure. For sure it is a good soap. You know the Secret Service in America? The guys who protect the president, and I guess people close to him. They are no longer allowed to shout, "Get down," when someone is about to attack the president. Now they have to say, "Donald Duck." You're welcome. Okay, lathering up again. I will of course make my usual soap review with 9 categories where I mark the soap 1 to 100 and then I make an average with a decimal point. So I'll do that later on, but just first impressions is, wow, this is a good soap. So, loads of water again. Yeah, this is child's play. You can torture the soap, I think, as much as you want to. Well, I shouldn't say that I haven't tried. I'll try it for a while now. I'll give you the points. But with my theory there of the only important thing in the soap being slickness. I can't remember what I was going with that. But anyway, this seems very slick. The light funny again, flashing, sort of focus in and out. Sorry about that. I'm saving all the income from YouTube towards a proper studio. Shouldn't be long now. Another thing you can't really do if you shave daily, at least with a straight, and I guess it's the same with a DE, is chase BBS. I mean, I never do. But I certainly don't when I shave daily. So we have Midsummer coming up. I don't know if you've heard about that, but it's festivities that we have in the Scandinavian countries, well, Nordic countries, and the Baltic states. And it's an old tradition. It's older than Frank, where we celebrate the peak of daylight hours. We celebrate the sun. It's a horribly heathen party. Among other things, we make a cross, a huge tall cross, which is a Christian reference. It's weird, this. And we cover it with leaves and flowers, and we raise it to the sky. And it's usually rather tall. And then we dance funny dances around it. And then we eat pickled herring and potatoes. We eat pickled herring and potatoes with actually every big holiday. Christmas, Easter, Midsummer. Pickled herring and potatoes. No one likes pickled herring, only Japanese tourists. But we eat it. Tradition. And then we get horribly drunk. Horribly, horribly drunk. And it's always on a Friday. So that we have 2 full days to recover before attempting to do any work. It's all planned, my friends, and it works. Yeah, yes, baby, we did it. So let's see how that feels. Just a second. That was good. It's a good shave. Oh. post-shave in the summer when it's warm and moist, I don't always need a balm. If I have a good aftershave. This is Stetson. I love this stuff. Cheapo, bought at Walmart when in the US. It doesn't have any alcohol, so aftershaves without alcohol, like this one or Hega, who have skin treating ingredients and actually moisturize a bit, it's enough in the summer. I sometimes put a balm on anyway, just because it's, why not? But this is plenty. You US guys should try it. You could have an alcohol splash as well, which does probably no good apart from the coolness and pain. But try out Stetson. Frank, Matti, I'm sorry. I love you guys. Everybody, see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, and ham is jamon, not jabon. I'm sorry, Mr. Jabon man. My apologies. Adios.